Coming up on Point News, we've all wondered where the snowplows are, but now there's a new way of letting you find them on your own. We'll show you the new technology at your fingertips.
If you're looking for a way to dodge that snow, we'll take you inside a new restaurant steps away from campus.
Celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the unique event held right here on campus that paid tribute to the Trailblazer. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Lewis.
And I'm Brianna Brownfield. During this time of the year, getting stuck in the snow is a major problem, and there's no telling when the snowplows will hit your street.
Now, the city of Pittsburgh is making it easier to find those snow crews. Point Park's reporter Madison Krupp shows us the new website that thousands of city residents are already using.
Mayor William Peduto has announced the launch of the new Snowplow Tracker website. The website will be tracking about 120 vehicles to see where the plows have been within the last 4 hours. I have here on my phone, you can pull up the website. It's pittsburghpa.gov. You click on this thing that says Snowplow Tracker, and it will bring up a map and tell you exactly where all the plows have been within the last 4 hours.
You've probably been there, wondering when road crews will make it to your road. Jonathan Dutton knows that feeling.
It started snowing really bad. It was during it was snowing, icing, everything. The roads were really slippery, not plowed, not salted. And I was trying to, it was an older car, so I was trying to run it in the windshield. Wiper fell off. So I was trying to, at every stoplight, put it in park, jump out and clean off the windshield.
The website is designed to give drivers in Pittsburgh real-time updates on road conditions so you can see where crews are and where they're headed.
I would have been able to see when they were coming, have a preemptive idea of if I was going to be able to get out of there, what time, when the roads would have been safe to drive on.
The website is only fully active during winter weather. Residents can click on the snowplow icon to see its current location and also its history of the last 4 hours.
And what this new program allows is, for the first time, people in Pittsburgh have the ability to see the operations of our city in real time.
Tracking the plows will help drivers plan ahead for busy schedules. Many commuters face the simple challenge of getting to work in the morning. Schools and universities will also be able to use this to help decide on school delays.
Ultimately, the school delays or cancellations is up to the school administrator, but I think they would look to this as a resource as well when they make their decision.
With this new website, you will be able to see whether your street is safe without even having to look out your living room window. Reporting for Point News, I'm Madison Krupp.
A new restaurant is open downtown Pittsburgh, just blocks away from campus. Hello Bistro opened on December 14th. The restaurant is located on the corner of Forbes Avenue and Wood Street, right across from the University Center. The general manager tells Point News why they chose the specific location.
Downtown location because it's very centrally located by Market Square. You have a lot of new construction going on as far as across the street with the new building, the hotel behind us, as well as Point Park University right there.
Bistro doesn't offer any student discounts, but the general manager says that there is a possibility in the future. Hello Bistro also has locations in Oakland and the South Side.
The Mon Incline will be closing for several weeks in the fall, so construction crews can complete a $3.5 million renovation project. The incline could be closed for up to 70 days while workers replace rails and make other improvements. The exact date hasn't been announced, but already Mount Washington businesses and commuters are bracing for the disruption.
It's going to be frustrating that it's going to be closed for 70 days because I'm going to have to end up traveling by car, and the accessibility of taking the incline down to work downtown makes things just so much easier and less expensive.
During the closure.
Students, teachers, and friends gathered here at Point Park recently to attend the 24-picture gallery show. It featured photographs by Jessica Toro and Tyler Benish. Reporter Quinn Lamb takes us inside the show.
I'm here at Point Park University, where two extraordinary photographers are combining their talents to create the 24-picture gallery show. Let's see what they have to offer.
It featured subjects in action, buildings, and city life, giving it a realistic feel.
I like to kind of consider it fine art documentary. It's we didn't manipulate any scenes. It's not conceptual in any way. It's just kind of what we observed and saw and how we saw it through our lenses. And it's kind of come together that way.
The photographs on display were things that Jessica and Tyler took as they walked around. They both shot together and individually. Their collaboration of 24 pictures started in March of last year.
I've known her for a while. We became friends in New York on March. So it was kind of like our friendship happening and then the photo thing happening at the same time. So those two things have kind of been parallel throughout this entire adventure.
Tonight's show featured images of movement and perspective. You can take a look at the 24-picture gallery show on the second floor of Thayer Hall. This is Quinn Lima reporting for Point News.
Coming up on Point News, days before the Super Bowl and Deflategate is still making headlines.
And a new piece of video from the NFL examining.
Coming up on Point News, find out about the experience students get with the Point Park Sports Network.
We share our inspiration, wisdom, creations, and memories. We share what makes us laugh and what angers us. Built on the notion of a free flow of ideas, our country thrives on the freedom of speech. Without it, who would watch over our governing powers? And how would we share our history to make a difference for the future? It's this freedom to share that gives us a reason to listen.
Start your morning with City News.
Start your morning with campus news.
Start your morning with political coverage.
Start your morning with fun.
Start your morning with us, only on Daybreak.
Did you know that Point Park has a cheerleading squad?
Don't stop. Don't get it confused.
Not only do our cheerleaders represent Point Park at regional and national competitions, but they also promote spirit and awareness of every sports team on campus. Come to any men's or women's varsity basketball game at home to watch the cheerleaders perform at halftime and cheer from the sidelines from the first jump ball to the final buzzer. Sports not your thing? You can catch the cheer team lead the crowd at the fall and spring pep rallies as well, or at several competitions around Pittsburgh each year. So what are you waiting for? Show the Point Park cheerleaders the support they show you.
To me, freedom of speech means there are no barriers to voice opinions. Communication is key to a functioning society and relationships in those societies. I believe our forefathers gave us this right, so if concerns or problems arise, we have the right to respectively use words, aids, and body language to give our message. Compromise may not always be met, but when it does meet, it opens up the world to new ideas, relationships, and makes the world become a happier place.
During Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Week, many Point Park students and groups took part in celebrating the occasion.
The Black Student Union chose to pay tribute to Dr. King with an open mic night. Point News reporter Nick Frisella has more on the event.
During his life, Dr. Martin Luther King often spoke with great passion and determination as he tried to teach lessons of unity and togetherness. During the Black Student Union's open mic night, many people were describing this event as a tribute and an inspiration to Dr. Martin Luther King.
At the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, that's who you are.
This was some of the moments that happened during the event, in which performers and a panel of commentators gave their insight on topics of race, faith, and the importance of coming together as a community.
When we have a discussion, these type of discussions, it's help us to bring out awareness and understanding of the Black Student Union, but also to be able to get to know the history of not just the Black Student Union, our heritage, but to be able to discuss the issues and the problems that are going on in the country, to be able to understand one another and to help those who don't know what's going on to be aware of what's going on and to know that we are not alone, that we are united and not divided.
The event was the first of a monthly series of mic nights, with the next one occurring on February 19th in the Lawrence Hall Ballroom. The union also meets every Tuesday from 6 to 7 in the Student Center.
It's just a very freeing experience, and it's just a very open group of people who are very welcoming and friendly, who all want to welcome other people too.
In order to help advertise and spread the word of the event, the Black Student Union partnered with Point Park's Honor Society organization. They were grateful for the support.
I think partnering with HSO has helped with publicity. People know more about it, and people
we also get our word out. We also say, hey, Black Student Union is back on campus. We're going to stay on campus for the next 4 years and beyond, even when we graduate.
If you have any questions or concerns or comments for the Black Student Union, they can be freely reached at their Facebook page. From the Lawrence Hall Ballroom, I'm Nick Priscilla for Point News.
Coming up on Point News, young professionals mixing and mingling, but that's not all.
We'll tell you about the good cause that benefits from all their fun.
It was a winter weather wake-up call for the city of Pittsburgh. Coming up on Point News, find out what you can expect this weekend.
Here at the Pioneers sideline, we get freshmen involved as quickly as possible so they get the real-world experience on air and behind the scenes to set themselves apart in internships and potential jobs. Blaine, where is that video? I needed it in KeyPro like yesterday.
All right, I got you, Chris. But I had a quick question for you guys.
What do you mean the questions? It's always a question. It's always a... What? Where is he? Blaine! 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 Freshman, you can't find any good ones anymore.
Do you know all the things you can do with your student ID? Along with getting discounts to some of the restaurants around campus. Showing your Point Park ID can net you deals on tickets at theaters in the Cultural District. To check out all the current options, just search Student Discounts on the Point Park University homepage.
An expression, a belief, a symbol, freedom to worship, an unspoken word. To express yourself means standing up for what you believe in. There's a freedom to worship and freedom to live. To speak never saying a word, to love, to let your voice be heard. The light of your own path. For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
Some young professionals are pulling double duty by networking while raising money for a good cause. The Red Shoe Crew is a group of young professionals who give back to the community while also building their professional network. Members recently hosted their Red Shoe Crew 2015 kickoff at Perlay Champagne Lounge in Market Square. The event included a raffle with chance to win Penguins tickets or a stay at the new Hotel Monaco. It gave everyone a chance to network in a fun and relaxing atmosphere.
You know, everyone's really nice and welcoming, and if you become a member of the crew, you take your free time, your time that you'd like to network, and you do something worthwhile with it. So you're not just coming to a fun event like this, but you're raising money to help kids and their families when they're going through a really hard time.
More than $1,200 for the Ronald McDonald Charities House of Pittsburgh, which provides a home away from home for families with seriously ill children.
Now turning to the weather, the National Weather Service reported 4 inches of snowfall Tuesday in the Pittsburgh area. Our neighbors in the Northwest are not so lucky. The Boston area showed more than 20 inches of snow. This storm, nicknamed #Blizzard of 2015, has the first real snowstorm Northwest has ever seen this year.
It's not as bad as what I'm used to being from upstate New York, but it is worse than it has been before.
Now let's turn to Sierra Tufts with the weather report. Can we expect more snow this week in Sierra?
Well, Brianna, we're not going to be seeing any snow today. As you can see, temperatures increased today, causing a wet, wintry mix, which caused the ground to have a sheet of ice. Pittsburgh Public Schools are actually letting kids out early because of the hazardous conditions. Now, this weekend, we see a little bit of a mix today. We see Friday, we have temperatures dropping a little bit, causing a little bit of precipitation, and then on Saturday we see a little bit of a drop too, but we have a partly sunny weather forecast. Now on Sunday, temperatures are increasing to 29 as a high, the low of 13. Well, you're going to see partly sunny, but at the end of the night, as temperatures drop, we're going to see another wintry weather mix
which is a lot better than we saw last week with this huge storm. Lucky for us in Pittsburgh, we only got a few inches, but that's about it. Now we're going to head over to Zach and see what's going on with Deflategate in the Super Bowl this weekend.
Thanks, Sierra. The biggest sporting event of the year is happening this Sunday. The Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots are facing off in the Super Bowl in Glendale, Arizona. But people are still talking about Deflategate. Now all eyes are on new security video that shows a Patriots locker room attendant taking footballs from the locker room and into another room. The Patriots say that other room was the bathroom. And the NHL is getting ready to get back into action after the league's All-Star break. Team Taves was able to defeat Team Foligno in a high-scoring All-Star game by a score of 17-12. Team Taves' 17 goals was the most scored by one team. And finally, Coach Tony Grenick and the Point Park women's basketball team had a dominant week, defeating all three conference rivals they faced. The men's team went 1-1, defeating Cincinnati Christian, but losing to Brescia on the road. And for those of you Pioneer fans who can't cheer on your teams in person, you can still watch the games live on the internet. But that wasn't always the case. Point News reporter Kyle Anthony has more on the evolution of the Point Park Sports Network.
When the University of Pittsburgh has a basketball game, it can be seen on one of the major sports networks, but at schools like Point Park, that is not possible. So that brought in an idea. That idea was allow fans of Point Park sports to watch games from the comfort of their own home. Before the Point Park Sports Network, there was no way to watch Point Park basketball games unless you had a ticket to the game.
Well, Point Park has always broadcast athletic events, be it on radio, of men's and women's basketball or baseball, but now that technology has met that demand with the live streaming video.
The Point Park Sports Network was created after the Kentucky Intercollegiate Athletic Conference struck a deal with Volar Video to stream conference games on the internet. In 2012-2013, the Point Park Sports Network debuted on the platform known as iHigh.com.
PPSN first went to iHigh.com, which was the platform that Volar Video was having out there at the time. And basically, after a couple of years, Volar felt that iHigh.com, they wanted to steer that brand towards the high school end of things.
Point Park Sports Network also gets students involved in the broadcast. The students do play-by-play, color commentary, and also run the technical part of the broadcast.
Has given me a tremendous experience in the field of sports and play quality.
These students have a chance to travel on the road with the basketball teams when they go on the road. There is also an opportunity for these students to go to the national tournament if one of the teams makes it to that point.
You're now seeing what the professionals are doing.
PPSN did some groundbreaking stuff this past semester. They covered the conference's cross-country championship at Shenley Park.
It was a great experience because it's something new, it's something fresh.
Point Park also hosted the KIAC volleyball tournament. The broadcast team covered every one of the Pioneers games and had video for the rest of the games.
We came up with the idea, me, you, and Chris came up with the idea of saying, hey, let's try to have a sideline reporter and have me do the sideline reporting.
Kevin Taylor said the Sports Network aims to get better every year by covering more games and improving pre- and post-game coverage. I'm Kyle Anthony reporting for Point News.
Since we're on the subject for sports, are you guys ready for the big game this weekend?
Yeah, I'm really ready. The Super Bowl is the biggest event of the year by far, and it's so exciting.
I know.
I just want the commercials.
The commercials are a really good. The commercials are a really good part of it. But me being like a sports fanatic, anyone that knows me knows I'm so huge into sports. It's not even funny. Like, I'm just so excited for the game. These are two of the best teams in the NFL, the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots. It's really shaping up to be a great game.
Now, what about Deflategate? What are we going to see with that at the Super Bowl?
Well, we're going to see the referees take an extra look at the footballs before they're put out into the field of play. I mean, they're just going to take all the extra steps they can just to make sure they don't have any more problems with it. They're doing pretty well in the investigation.
Yep, what's the Super Bowl without any controversy?
And speaking of the Super Bowl, it's going to be nice weather in the Pittsburgh area at least this weekend. We're going to see temperatures at least increase to 29 on a high for Sunday. You'll see a little bit of a wintry mix, but that's about it. On Friday, you're going to see about a little bit of an increase from today, at least at 27. And that does it for us at Point News.
Be sure to join us next Thursday live at 2 p.m.
Have a great day, everybody.